trunks, they ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Okay, so this video, surprise, surprise, people actually make real videos on YouTube. I wanted to make this last week, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't, because over the past week, I've kind of learned things that I wouldn't have known if I had made it, prior to today. And it's pretty much my situation when it comes to being a wrestling fan and my interest in professional wrestling in general. Well, actually, more not in general, more in WWE. As you guys know, 2009, I was like the mega fan. I had figures lined up from wall to wall, corner to corner. Every single space in my room was all professional wrestling. And, it's not much has changed except, not much has really changed. But the fact of the matter is, the interest level that I once had isn't there anymore. And so I thought, the last Raw I can honestly say that I watched was, I attended the Raw at WrestleMania the night after. But before then, I couldn't tell you. It's been so long since I've sat through a Monday Night Raw from 8 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. And that's 3 hours. It's a long time to sit through. And I've tried. Most of the time it would be I'd get home around 8:30, watch until maybe 10, and then it would just drag, and I'd find myself just not into it. And it came to the point where I just stopped watching in general. And it's crazy to think, because it's my whole life. I've been a wrestling fan growing up. I would just get so excited at 9 o'clock when Raw would come on, and I wouldn't miss anything. And even recently, well, not recently, but maybe 5 years ago, I made sure that I would have Mondays off so I can watch Raw at home. Before they went to 3 hours, I would make sure I have Mondays off. I can watch Raw 9 to 11, 8 to whenever it was, 8 to 10. It was like 9 to 11, whatever. I would make sure that I'm home and I'd watch it. And over time, it was kind of like whatever. I started working Mondays. I would take my laptop to work. And a lot of you guys remember, this was around WrestleMania 27 time. I watched most of the Raws leading up to WrestleMania at work. I watched The Rock coming back, his electrifying thing at work. And even WrestleMania 28, the Triple H and Undertaker end of an era match, I remember like it was yesterday, just at work and with the laptop set up. And it was great, whatever. And then over time, I kind of stopped bringing my laptop to work. I started going on Twitter. And because, people tweet like crazy, but Raw, it's almost like I'm watching it myself. And then it came to the point where I stopped, going through the timeline. I would just wait until WWE uploads the videos, or I would kind of glance through and see what the main points were. And now, in 2015, it's like I don't even remember that Raw's on. It would be like 9 o'clock. I'd be like, I haven't been on Twitter all day. I haven't just followed the product and whatever's going on. But that's pretty much what I've been. It's been a slow decline. And it's hard for me to say that, because when you look behind me, nothing's changed. I still have signed figures wall to wall. I have my WWE Network behind me. And I don't know. I can't get rid of it, because it's like a piece of me. I've tried getting rid of my figures before. Believe me, it was hard, and I just regretted it the minute I put it up for sale. But I don't know what to really say. I really thought I was starting to get out of wrestling, but then, I went to ROH this past Friday, like last Friday. It was the New Japan ROH show, and I had a blast. It was my first show since WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is always a good time. I've never been to a bad WrestleMania. Being there live is it could be the shittiest show in the world, like WrestleMania 27, people say, but it's one of my favorites because it was my first. It was it was incredible. And 28, 29, 30, and 31 is no different. I enjoyed every single one of them. So, I don't know. But this past ROH show was my first real, whatever show. I haven't been to a WWE live event since December 2013 in Toronto. It's been that long. But ROH was in Toronto. I went. It was the New Japan ROH collaboration show, and I had a blast. And it was just like, man, like, this is what I love about wrestling. It's not what I see on Raw, where I'm just, just not into it. And then Payback was a couple days after, and I didn't watch it. And I saw a couple clips. I'm glad WWE is starting to upload their clips on Twitter now, so I can pretty much see what the main points were in the match all within 10 minutes of a 3-hour show. So I watched that. I saw the Shield do their little 1-minute reunite thing. It was great. I loved it. It was just a great moment to see those guys just triple powerbomb, and the crowd went nuts for it because I think people love those three together, heel or face. And then what happened then? Yeah, so Payback happened, and then Raw happened the night after. And what happened? Kevin Owens came out. And it was like, man, like something fresh and something new. And I wasn't watching. I just saw everyone freaking out on Twitter maybe 10 minutes after it happened. And I was just in shock because you had Sami Zayn and now you have Kevin Owens. And it seems like there's this new regime really coming in, and you're getting these fresh little matches that you haven't gotten in so long. It's always been the same 5 or 6 guys, which I think is what burned me out of wrestling, because you have Cena, Orton, and just your regular guys in the main event, and now you got Roman and Kane and Big Show. It gets really old really fast. And when I say really fast, it's these guys have been on top since 2007. So, and then NXT happened last night, and Samoa Joe came out, and I didn't watch it, but I saw like maybe 10 minutes again, and people are just, oh my god. And I saw the face off between Joe and Kevin Owens. And I was like, man, like this is awesome. It's once again something fresh and something new. And then I just finished watching the NXT special now. And I'm like, man, like NXT is just a breath of fresh air. And it's just whatever Raw is missing, NXT is providing. It's fresh matches. It's good matches. It's a short show. It's easy to sit through, and it just flies by. And you want more. And I think that's the number one thing a wrestling show should give you, is a fan wanting more. With Raw, it's like you want it to end. It's like, okay, this is enough. I've had enough, but it just keeps going and going and going. And it seems like NXT just revives me, makes me a fan again. It makes wrestling feel like it's cool again. And even ROH with the New Japan thing, you got the Bullet Club, you got Okada and Tanahashi and Nakamura. These guys just make wrestling cool again. And I know that some people watching have never heard of these three before, Okada, Tanahashi, and Nakamura. And it's a shame. I'm sure everyone's heard of the Bullet Club at least once, but a lot of these Japanese guys, I say their names and people just give me a blank look, like I'm talking crazy. But it's a shame, because these guys are considered literally the best wrestlers in the world, and the fact that they just go over people's heads is really a shame. But it has a charm to it, because it's like that little community that knows of these guys and knows how awesome they are. And just seems like that's what wrestling needs to make people care again, make people like me who were such big fans. And I don't want to get out of it. I've spent 20 plus years as a fan, and I can't see myself getting into anything else, but there came a point recently that I'm just like, man, like, am I really starting to get out of wrestling? And for example, I can't turn my camera around now, but this desk in front of me, it's there's no more wrestling stuff on it. There's literally one Brock Lesnar figure and a Hulk Hogan old man statue, and everything else is really packed away. And all these plaques is just, maybe they'd be down if I had anywhere to put them, but it's just taking them down is, man, that's like taking a piece of me. People know me as a wrestling guy, but when I tell them that, oh, I'm not into it anymore, they're like, oh man, your room's still the same, this, that. So either way, I'm stuck as a wrestling fan, because it's all people know me as. But I don't want to stop being a fan, but I feel like there's times where I think I don't care anymore, but then WWE and NXT just brings me right back. And that's what I want. I want to be a fan. I want to see things that I haven't seen before from the WWE, like Joe, like Sami Zayn, like Finn Balor, like all these new guys that are coming in. It's just, it's cool. And I feel like within the next few years, you can see WWE going from here to up here, because these guys who are in NXT right now, they're going to be taking over the whole company. And that's a few years that I can't wait for to come. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys sat through this, and see you guys in the next video.